Let me ask you this. Is 90 horsepower really worth anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 more? What do I mean by that? I'm talking about the difference between the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Widebody, 717 horsepower, and a Dodge Charger Hellcat Redeye Jailbreak Widebody, which is 807 horsepower. That's a 90 horsepower difference, right? And according to Dodge, that's anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000 in difference right there for 90 horsepower. The exterior is the exact same. The body is the exact same. The interior the exact same. Uconnect system software the exact same. Everything about the cars are the exact same, except the Jailbreak has a slightly more aggressive tune that gives it 90 more horsepower. And for that, Dodge wants an extra $10,000 to $20,000 on top of a regular Hellcat in order to get that Jailbreak. Is it worth it is my question to you. I don't know. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. You can tell I'm in a car. That makes this a car blog. You already know how it's going down. When I come around, let's get into it. I've got car content. I've got car shows, car reviews, and car meets. Anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you are in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So boom, you guys know that I was at the dealership this past week getting my oil changed. And of course, I was in there talking numbers with one of the dudes up there. Shout out to my man, Josh. Josh Welch. He works at Keffer Dodge on Independence, man. He took good care of me, man. I'll put his link and everything in the description of this video so that you can go and talk to him if you need to. But so we're sitting there talking about it, and basically he sends me a picture of a Dodge Charger black on black Jailbreak that was just delivered. It was just delivered 2 days after I left the dealership getting my oil change. And guess how much it was sold for? $122,000. $122,000 for a Dodge Charger Hellcat Redeye Jailbreak. 122. I'm not kidding you, right? This is from his words out of his mouth. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? $122,000. That's AMG territory. That's M Series BMW territory. M Series competition territory. That's top of the line Cadillac CTSV Blackwing territory. That's basically any and every other territory that Dodge shouldn't be in. But that's what the price is for a Jailbreak. Now, if you're not familiar with the difference between a Jailbreak and a regular Hellcat, we're talking 807 horsepower versus 717, 90 horsepower difference. You get the exact same parts. You get the exact same interior, exterior. You get the exact same software, Uconnect system, exact same badges, everything. The only difference is the inside says Jailbreak instead of Hellcat. But that's literally it. Like even the startup emblem, to my understanding, I think it says Hellcat and it may say Jailbreak or not. I don't know. I don't think it does. But other than that, the exterior is the same. The interior is the same. It's the exact same car, except it's got a slightly more aggressive tune than a regular Hellcat. And of course, 90 horsepower. And from that, somehow or another, Dodge has figured in their mind that should be an extra $10,000 to $20,000, right? On top of that. Because if you know anything, you go to the Dodge website right now, they are charging $79,000. This video is sponsored by CarLock. CarLock is a car security device that I stand by and recommend for some extra security and peace of mind if you own a Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger. Check them out by clicking the link below in the description. Use code Knockout360 for an additional 10% off your Amazon purchase. And also use code Knockout360 for 14 extra free day trial. Let's get into the video. The SRT Hellcat Widebody starts at an MSRP of $79,445, right? And then the SRT Jailbreak is $89,135. So that right there, just on the website, is a $10,000 difference. You know what I'm saying? We're not even talking about dealer markup. We're not even talking about real world numbers and prices when it hits the dealership floor and it starts to get actually sold, right? So 10,000 will easily turn into 15, 20 plus. And when I was there, he easily told me that they're charging 20 to 30 over for Jailbreaks. Hence the reason that Jailbreak that I was describing to you was 122. That's sold for 122. It's not selling for 122. It's sold for 122, which means somebody actually went in there, saw the price for that and said, you know what? That seems reasonable. I can do that, and bought it for $122,000. Right? And I just told you the MSRP on a SRT Jailbreak is $89,135. So in this case, that's literally $30,000 over MSRP that the dealership is charging. Me personally, I don't think $30,000 and 90 horsepower is an even trade. You know, for bragging rights, to some people that means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like going back to Fast and the Furious, you know, sometimes respect means more than the money. I understand that. A lot of you guys want the bragging rights. You want the ability to have the emblem with the red eye on the inside of it, and you want the ability to let people know this is not just a Hellcat, it's a Jailbreak. It's the most powerful Charger ever created by Dodge. I get that. I don't know if that's worth between bragging rights and 90 horsepower. I don't know if that's worth $30,000 on top. Right now, of course, the SRT Hellcat Widebody is going to have some sort of overcharge or, you know, markup on top of it. But to my understanding, that markup it's basically between $7,000 to $15,000, depending on what dealership you go to. If you're smart and you can talk the talk and walk the walk, you may be able to walk out of there with, you know, a decent price for SRT Hellcat Widebody. It's the jailbreaks that they're charging for like crazy, you know. And like I said, 90 horsepower, bragging rights, and a red eye emblem on the outside of your car. I don't think that's worth or equates to $30,000 over. Now, the reason that I'm making this video is for you guys that's in the market for Hellcats right now. One of my subscribers slid in my DMs the other day and basically said, you know, he was looking at a used Hellcat Charger Widebody, and he was looking at a new Jailbreak Charger. That's kind of a difference there. Obviously, it's already a difference. Long story short, his thing was exactly what I said. He wanted bragging rights to be able to say that he's got the most powerful Charger out there. And he wanted, obviously, the number, the 807, because 717 doesn't sound as good as 807, right? I've never seen a Jailbreak and an SRT Hellcat go head to head. I'm sure there's videos all over YouTube, you know? I can't imagine that it would be... Dandelion in the car. I can't imagine that it would be night and day difference type of power, because we're talking about the same body, we're talking about the same car, we're talking about the same internals, right? Albeit, you know, detuned from the Demon, a little more stronger internals and stuff like that, similar to the Redeye. I get all that, but at the same time, I just don't see 90 horsepower being day and night difference between a Hellcat and a Jailbreak, you know. So he basically asked me, you know, should I go for this used Hellcat Charger? It was actually a 22. It was a 22 that had already been bought and been traded back into the dealership. I think he said it had 2,000 miles on it. So basically a brand new car. Or should I wait and save up for a Jailbreak? It was automatic. I said, go for the damn Hellcat that you got. You know what I'm saying? Go for the damn wide body Hellcat that has already, you know, decreased its value a little bit. And, you know, some of that principal has already been paid down, or some of that interest has already been paid down by the previous owner. Go ahead and get that used Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? 2,000 miles. It hasn't been driven hard. You already know that. So there's no worry there. And it's a wide body Hellcat 2022. It's not even, it's barely a year old at this point, depending on when it actually hit the dealership. It may be less than a year old. I said immediately, go ahead and get that SRT Hellcat wide body. Forget about the Jailbreak. You know, I think the Jailbreak is overrated. That's just how I feel. If money's no option and no issue to you, then by all means, get what you want. Hell, get two Jailbreaks. Get a Demon and a Jailbreak if that's how you feeling. Get a Trackhawk Demon and a Jailbreak if that's how you really feeling. But for people out there that are conscious of that, me personally, I would take that extra $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000 that Dodge wants to charge you on top of a Jailbreak, and I would spec out that Hellcat Widebody to your exact, you know, specifications. You know what I'm saying? Like with me, you guys already know I just want leather seats, sunroof, the rest is history. Black car, black interior, simple. I don't need Alcantara. I don't need coconut and pine tree interior. I don't need all that stuff. I just need straightforward, black on black. Like that's always been my spec as far as my cars are concerned. For you guys, you may be a little more fancy than me. You know what I'm saying? In which case you may want it to be, you know, Alcantara this, leather this, red eye emblem on the inside. You know, I want carbon fiber, floor liner, all that crazy stuff. If that's the case, guys, and you want to feel like you got a decent price for a car, your best bet would be to go and get that SRT wide body Hellcat. You know, get that and then spec it how you want. That way you're not cutting any corners. You're getting the car that you've always wanted, and you're sacrificing 90 horsepower. I think the Jailbreak has the power chiller feature that the regular Hellcat doesn't come with, which basically chills the the supercharger. You know what I'm saying? The Hellcat comes with the race cooldown mode, but it doesn't come with the chiller, power chiller mode, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. The 23s may be different, so correct me if I'm wrong. 22s and 23s may be different. So if I'm wrong, let me know. I'm sure you guys will let me know. But honestly, guys, like I said, man, at the end of the day, 717 horsepower is a monster. Let's just be realistic here. Unless you're taking your shit to the strip or to the track. Nobody would take a Hellcat to the track, so obviously to the strip. Unless you're taking your car to the strip and making money off of it. Save that damn money. You know what I'm saying? Save that damn money and spec out your car how you want and have some money on top of it to go out and get the third party, you know, airbox and whatever else you want to put in your car to make it 807 or 800 plus. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, we've been hearing a whole lot about the direct connection that no one knows anything about. I feel like every 2 months somebody brings it up and then it just dies off. So me personally, I would save that money, get that Hellcat Widebody and call it a day. Don't walk out of a dealership paying over $100,000 for a Dodge. I mean, as much as I hate to say things like this, but it's just the reality. It's a Dodge. I love this car. I love the car that I'm in. And obviously I love the Hellcats. I love the Demons, all of that stuff. But let's be realistic here. We're talking about Mopars. We're talking about Dodge. We're talking about Chrysler products. We're not talking about Aventadors. We're not talking about AMG, GT Coupes. We're not talking about BMW M5 series competition sport. We're not talking about any of that. We're not even talking about a CTSV Blackwing edition. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Dodge. $122,000 for Dodge, man. Like I said, if money is no issue, then, you know, you're probably watching the wrong video. Go out and get what you want, how you want it. But I can't see $122,000 for a Dodge Charger. You know what I'm saying? Especially in my case, considering this will be my third Charger and the Charger hasn't changed at all. In the last 7 years, the Dodge Charger hasn't changed at all, especially with the interior. My 2015 looks just like my 2020, and I'm sure my 2020 is going to look just like my 2023. So $122,000, no sir, no how, no way, right? I would drive to Albuquerque, New Mexico to get a decent price Hellcat than to buy it down the street for $122,000. That's just me. But personally, guys, save that money. The Hellcat 717 horsepower is still a monster. Forget, I want to cuss. Forget what people say. Stop it. You know what I'm saying? Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the YouTube videos. Stop listening to the Instagram videos. I saw an Instagram video the other day where a guy was like, if your Hellcat doesn't do this, and he was referring to the power chiller, you don't have a real Hellcat. So basically he was saying, if your Hellcat is not a jailbreak, you don't have a real Hellcat. Videos like that, you don't know that dude's situation. You know what I'm saying? That dude could be living at home with his mom in his basement, but somehow or another made a video with his friend's jailbreak. You know what I'm saying? Don't let videos like that influence or entice you. At the end of the day, you know what you want. You know what you can afford. Let's be honest here, because what you want, what you can afford is probably two different things. You know, let's just be realistic here. Don't let things around you, your external circumstances, people outside of you, social media influence you. Go and get what works for you in the situation that it works for you in. That Hellcat Widebody is still a monster. It's always been a monster. Stop it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. 717 horsepower. You are in the top 95 to 98 percentile of fastest cars on the road at the time. You know what I'm saying? Hell, if you drive a Scat Pack, a 5.0, SS, you're in the top 90 percentile of fastest cars on the road anyway. And then once you get into the 700 plus territory, you're beating damn near everything on the road. So, you know, don't let social media and the hype and the propaganda influence you to go out there and make a terrible financial decision. Me personally, if any of you have been wondering whether or not you should get what you can, or get a Hellcat Redeye, or Hellcat, I'm sorry, and take that extra money and put it into modifications, customizing all that stuff, or put all of the money you basically have into a jailbreak, I would go ahead and get that Hellcat Widebody and call it a day. Get the Hellcat Widebody, take that extra money that you saved, put it towards something else. You know what I'm saying? Either something else as in towards your life, or put it towards some other mods on the car itself. You know, that's just my take on the matter. Talk to me, guys. If you had that kind of money, $122,000 laying around, would you put all of it into a jailbreak, or would you put some of it into a Hellcat Widebody, and then take the additional money and put it into whatever else, whether it's the car or other stuff in your life, man. I don't know. I don't know. The Hellcat sounds like a good deal to me, but that's just me. Talk to me, guys. It's always Mini Boy Knockout 360. I'm losing my voice, which means it's time for me to shut up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.